Well, welcome to Noel's World of Whiskey. And what have I got here tonight? Well, after a hard day skiing, let's put it this way. I've got just enough energy, I think, to get through this review after a good day skiing. But I've got a bottle here that I haven't bought in years, and almost felt like I was kind of boycotting the company because of, various reasons. But, what really bothered me was it was one of those early whiskeys I got started on. And that's what I've done on the table here. I put a bunch of 18s out here. And this goes back to my beginnings when I was actually starting to understand the single malt business and, getting away from the blended whiskeys, getting away from rye, getting away from bourbons, that era when we drank a lot of vodka and gin. The key here is that Glenlivet was one of those, I'm going to say one of those key whiskeys that got me going. Now, I did the Lagavulin 12 there. I compared the 22 and the 23 in my last video there, but Lagavulin was another whiskey that got me going on the peated side. But looking more toward the space side, or let's say our sherry influenced, or even some of our bourbon whiskeys and that, I didn't have the money to venture into 18s in the beginning, so we could look at any one of these whiskeys, and I probably purchased it in a 12. And maybe moving up to a 15 was a bit of a jump because it got down to dollars. But when I was actually starting to really, take an interest and wanting to really explore and look at more of the age statements, this was one of the first. It was actually this guy right here, the Glenlivet, was probably the first one where I got into an 18. And then, you can see the Talisker 18 back when it was affordable right here. That's the Talisker 18. Glenmorangie was another one that I got into. It was one that I liked. And then, of course, the Bowmore 18. But anyways, here's Glenlivet, who was also one of those early whiskeys. And for some reason, I've never done a review on it. And I've avoided buying it. And then I see it at the liquor store numerous times. And I see the price. And I see everything else skyrocketing. I just got a Glenmorangie just before it went from 170 up to like 235. And I'm seeing all this go on. And I'm thinking, well, this might be my last shot at picking up a bottle under $160 in Canada. We're talking Canada. And so that's why I bought it. I would like to do a review on it. I'd like to this is nostalgia. For you that do not want to review the low ABV whiskeys, I'm going to make up for it. The bulk of my whiskeys are 46s, lots of cask strengths. One of my 24s is, it's over 60% ABV. Why would I be interested in a 40? Because it's part of this whole whiskey journey. It was part of mine. And there's a lot of people that like this whiskey. The other night, we're sampling whiskeys at a dinner, and my one daughter, she likes Scotch, and my other daughter is exploring it. She's the rum expert, the gin expert, and she had these 4 glasses. I've never seen her do this before because she's not really a Scotch drinker, and she's got 4 glasses out there, and she's adding water. And a few of the people at the table said, "Don't add so much water, you're destroying it." And I said, "Leave her alone. It's her drinking the whiskey." And she explained that we drink whiskey a lot, so we put a few drops in when we add water. She doesn't drink it at all. So our taste buds, as she explained, are a lot different than hers. So she's getting a lot more with the more diluted whiskey than we'd ever get out of it. And damn it, I agree with her. And we forget, people that are starting off, this might be one heck of a whiskey. In fact, I think she would enjoy that. And as my other daughter explained to me, she prefers the Glenlivet. She prefers the Glenfiddich. She likes Macallan's. But the Macallan is not here. I could have pulled out, I got a couple of 15s back here. Now, we'll just let them sit back there. Enough babbling. And I'm going to open that bottle. And I haven't had a Glenlivet 18 Oh my golly, has it been 15, 20 years? I don't know. Jeez, it's been a while. So this is just as exciting going into a low ABV whiskey because I haven't had it in so long, and it's kind of a bit of a nostalgia moment for me. So we're going to have some fun here. I'm going to enjoy this. You're seeing some older whiskeys on the table you'll never get because they don't exist anymore. You'll see the old, the Glenmorangie 18-year-old, and you're going to see a Talisker down the end. You can't get that one anymore. We're going to have a little sip of Glenlivet because it's been a long, long time. So we will pour, and I will bring the bottle up. You can take a look at the bottle. I'm pretty sure we have coloring in here, so it's going to be very difficult to say anything about that color other than, I don't know, it's a dark tea color, okay? The coloring they put in there. They got it to the dark tea color. That's what I'm going to say. There you are. There's no other descriptor to, so there it is, that's the bottle. It's a Glenlivet bottle. Okay. Mostly see me using the Glencairns, but I do like using this for nosing. It does nose better. It's like putting an amplifier on a Glencairn for nosing, and that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to get into nosing the 18-year-old Glenlivet. I'll take this box off. Peaches, pears, apples. Oh, orange blossom. Honeysuckle. Oh, when I say honeysuckle, I'm going to throw in clover honey. Very floral. We're in a flower garden. A beautiful nose. I see why people like this. I've got now some caramel, toffee. I've got some nougat. Maybe some lemon custard, lemon meringue pie. It's actually quite a nice nose. I'm going to call it like it is, I was nosing a 58 ABV, 23-year-old Old Perth the other night, and it almost knocked me over. It was that good. And here I'm nosing something in a 40-43 range that's still not bad, really. So, okay, the palate, Solange. It's more pears, more peaches, and maybe even some apricots. A little bit of cinnamon. Tea. Maybe a little bit of Darjeeling tea, and just a trifle bit of pepper. There is, I mentioned the lemon meringue, it's there, and nutmeg, cinnamon, slight bit of ginger going on, and just toward the tail end, get a little bit of spicy stuff, maybe some white and black pepper. Nice, pleasant. Okay, we're going to go for the development and the finish. Solange. Getting a little more in the pepper and the nutmeg. Some cloves, something minty. Here comes more pepper. Wee bit of bitterness. I think it's the wood. Getting some maybe wood shavings. I'm gonna say I'm even getting some licorice. Now this was supposedly finished in Oloroso, but I think you can taste the bourbons dominating the bourbon and the oak dominate the taste of this. So the Oloroso is a lighter influence because you notice I didn't mention any of the dark fruits. I'm still waiting on the raisins here, and I think they're just coming in right now. I'm getting a little bit of grape stuff, raisin. So the power of suggestion. A little bit of chocolate coming through. And the finish to the short side, I will say. Though that one lasted longer, and I think it's because I put a little, you got to put a little more in the mouth and let it float around when you're dealing with something in the 40-43 ABV area. You need to have a decent amount in your tongue. That's what I do anyways. This is a whiskey to introduce to those that are maybe struggling a bit with Scotch, like my daughters were, and then they started taking interest in it. And my one daughter, she's definitely more into it now. It's not her go-to, but if I give her something like this, she's going to enjoy it. And same with my other daughter that's just starting to get into it. That is they're both sommeliers and they know their wines and that. But my other daughter is an expert on rum and gin, so I go to them if I want to know anything about gin and rum. And I do have a little bit, of a collection of it, but they are the knowledge. And of course, being sommeliers, they know their wines, which helps me a lot when I'm doing presentations of different type of wine, wine finished whiskeys. So they correct me sometimes in my pronunciation too. But I'm with the 84 on this. I think that's a fair score on it. Still a lot of fun. The Glenlivet 18. It's a great whiskey to present to those newbies just that are getting into it. So I'm going to leave it on that note. I'm going to ask you to drink wisely, drink intelligently, and do not drink and drive. Until the next time, so long.